Hey guys, this is Amy. Welcome to Become Your Own Favorite Chef. Today we are eating the best cheese dip on the planet. Alright, seriously, it's so good. All my friends and family that have tried it said it's the best cheese dip they've ever had as well. Here's the kicker. It's vegan. It's not even real cheese. If you know me, I can't eat real cheese. It makes me sick. So I don't get to enjoy nachos or cheese dip until I went to this vegan restaurant in Fort Worth, Texas, and they had this cashew vegan nacho cheese. And obviously I tried it. It was so good. So clearly my life's work since then has been to replicate that recipe. Might even be a little better. I really, really love this stuff. I'm so proud of it. And you're gonna love it too. Whether you are vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, or an absolute cheese lover, I promise you, you're not gonna regret making this. So here's how. Let's get started. Oh God. Okay, first step, you need a blender. Everything's going to be done in this blender. And I have 2 cups of vegetable broth, low sodium. Secret is though, if you don't actually care if this is vegan or not, use chicken broth. I think it adds a little extra flavor. So whatever broth you choose. To that, and this is very important, we have 2 entire cups of raw cashews or roasted and salted cashews. I'll tell you the difference. Raw cashews I find do make it taste a little creamier, a little more cheese-like. The roasted does give it a nuttier flavor. I kind of like the roasted and salted because I don't have to add any other salt. And I like the extra little bit of flavor. I don't really care for it to taste much like cheese. So that one's up to you. Experiment with it. See what you like best, like I do. To that, and this is where the awesome stuff happens. If you have miso, and you could use like white miso, any miso, I don't care. I love miso. It's a fermented bean paste, and I like a heaping tablespoon of that. It just gives it that like umami flavor. It's so delicious. However, if you do not have miso, and I did not have it the first time I tried this, I actually used a little bit of garlic flavored hummus, and it gave it a really nice flavor as well. So again, this is not anything too exact. I think you'll be fine either way. Let me rinse this off before we get our cornstarch. Okay, after you got your tablespoon of miso, we're going to have a tablespoon of cornstarch. This cornstarch is really going to help thicken it up. Besides just the cashews thickening it up, you're going to make a really, really great texture. Okay, that's all you need for now. And this is very important. You're going to turn this blender on high, and you're going to make sure that it is as smooth as possible before we move on to the next step. This might take anywhere from, this will take me 2 to 3 minutes in like this really, really good Ninja blender, but it can take up to 10 minutes in others. So just go by texture, and I will show you what that texture will look like when it's ready. Here it goes. Alright, while our blender's going, you're going to have some time to go ahead and cook your veggies. So in a pan on medium heat, heat up a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and then we're going to add our roughly chopped veggies. They don't need to be finely chopped because we're going to actually add this to the blender itself, and the blender will take care of that for us. So I've added a roughly chopped 1 red bell pepper, 1/2 of a small yellow onion, and then I've only added about 1/4 of a seeded jalapeno. I like it just a little tiny bit of heat, but mostly for flavor. If you want a spicy cheese dip, you can add as much jalapeno as you like. After about 8 to 10 minutes and everything looks charred and very soft, go ahead and add 4 big old cloves of garlic. Again, rough chop is fine. And I'm going to cook this for about another 3 minutes. Just let that soften up, and we'll go to our next step. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes for me. Let's check this texture. It smells very different from any other food I've ever tasted up to this point. Okay, you see that? Perfectly smooth. You might see a little bit of grain, and that's okay, but you don't want any clumps. You want it to look like a very smooth liquid. Also notice it's not thick yet. I'll show you how to get it thick in a minute. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take those beautiful veggies that we have softened, cooked down. We're going to add those right into here. You don't need to wash this pan just yet because we're going to finish our cheese dip in the pan. To that we're going to add a little flavoring. I like 2 teaspoons of cumin. Love cumin. 1, 2, and then depending on how much you like your heat, I'm only going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cayenne pepper. You can do 1/2 teaspoon. If you really love heat, you can do a whole teaspoon. Also, the more cayenne you put in there, the more like red it's going to look. So a little more spicy looking cheese dip. And you also are going to need a tablespoon of lemon juice. Fresh squeezed is best. I'm lazy, don't judge. I'm going to go ahead and just add that in. Brightens it up a little bit. You can also add it at the very end. Some people say it's best at the end. I don't know a difference. We're going to put this back on. We're going to blend this again until everything is very smooth. So this should only take 2 or 3 minutes. Maybe a minute for a really good blender, not long at all. Okay, you know how I said you don't need to wash that pan out just yet? That's because when our cheese dip is smooth, and look at that, oh my God. Oh, it smells amazing. Holy moly. Okay, what you want to do here is cook this for a little bit. It's going to intense the flavors. It's going to make it a little thicker. I like to cook this, stirring occasionally on medium-low heat, and it will darken up a little bit as well as you cook. If you cook this for about 15 minutes, that's all you need, but if you'd like it thicker than, you know, most cheeses, you can always cook it a little bit longer. So let's let this baby cook. Okay, so I've again cooked this for about 15 minutes. No matter what, you want this to be pretty thick, and you want it just to taste right. Another side note, you pretty much have to constantly stir this because this stuff burns, it'll clump. It's very, very touchy. So let's go ahead and I'm going to grab a spoon, give this a taste, make sure salt content's right. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is good, but it does need a little salt. And again, the salt depends on, you know, if you use salted nuts, if you use just saltier broth. So just taste it kind of at the end. And I bet that'll do it. Is that not beautiful? Look at that velvety cheese dip. Okay, another hint. If you happen to make this too spicy, which is very easy to do, one thing you can do to fix that is add about a tablespoon of just plain masa meal. And it's cornmeal, and it really just kind of dulls the spices. It won't make it taste like corn or anything. It doesn't really do anything else but make those spices not so crazy. So anyway, guys, we're done. Enjoy this. I hope you love it as much as I do. Definitely comment and let me know if you like it. And thanks for watching.